Hey guys, and today I'm back with something a little different on my channel today. I will be painting a mani using completely random generated tools. The rules for this challenge I came up with was using a random number generator on Google and a spreadsheet. I will select 5 polishes, a stamping polish and a stamping plate to use. And I was not allowed to re-regenerate. I had to use whatever polish or product the generator had came up with. So for the first thing I did was using my Snups account where I catalogue every nail polish I own. I put the polishes and stamping plates into a spreadsheet, and yes, it took me a while to do that. Turns out at the time I was making this video I had 1,504 bottles of nail polish, not including top coats and stuff, so that is a lot of nail polish and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Slightly proud, slightly ashamed. But anyway, after I added all the polishes and stamping plates to my spreadsheet, I used the number generator on Google to generate what items I'll be using. So the first number was 1078, which is Essie Sweet Not Sour, which is a gorgeous purple jelly, and I'm obsessed with this collection. I've used it a few times on my channel. And then the next polish is 1046, which is another Essie. It takes a West Village, a nice muted rose pink. It's a full collection a couple of years ago. The next polish was number 340, and that was Rimmel London Naked Class, a very light nude, which leans sort of pink. And then it was number 680, and that polish was Barry M Fortune Teller, and that is an iridescent flaky top coat. And the final polish was number 346, which was Fashion Haven, or Heaven, from Rimmel London. And which is a fuchsia cream, which was interesting. So those are my 5 polishes that I'm allowed to use. Then I randomly generated for the stamping plate, and the result was number 238. And the stamping plate I was using was Manicure London Tutti Frutti 03, which I was glad about because I bought this plate in the summer and I hadn't used it yet, so that was good. So I finally generated a stamping polish as well, because I realised that at this point I had to change the rules a little bit because I didn't have a stamping polish to use. So that's where I came up with I have to choose a stamping polish rule. And I randomly generated a colour out of the 29 Twinkle Tea stamping polishes I own. And the winner was Smoky, which is a nice purple leaning dark grey. So somehow all the random generated polishes were either purple or pink. So at least I knew that the colours would sort of go together. Could have ended up as completely random nonsense. So now I have my polishes, it's time to get started with the mani. So for the mani itself, I came up with this sort of iridescent jelly / pop art chevron thing. It's a very interesting mani I came up with, but I knew that I was going to layer those flakies underneath the jelly polish because that looks cool. So I started off with creating the jelly base. I applied 2 coats of my Essie Sweet Not Sour, and I did this for all the nails. And then I applied 1 layer of Fortune Teller, but after this I realised that the flakies weren't as packed as I wanted it to be, so I ended up using a sponge and I just applied the layer of that flaky polish onto the sponge, and then I just dabbed it on my nail for a decent amount of opacity. And I concentrated them on the tip because on these false nails they've got numbers on, so I was trying to hide the numbers. So then after that I applied 1 last coat of the jelly polish to seal it all in. So now with my Manicure London Tutti Frutti 03 plate and the stamping polish Smoky, I'm just stamping the chevron. And so after that I decided to alternate every other chevron. I was going to fill it in with a polish. So there I was just with Takes a West Village, and here I am with Naked Class, and then Fuchsia Haven. And I'm just filling it in with a dotting tool, leaving it on the stamper as I usually do. You know, it's my favourite way of stamping. And there you go, that's what that looks like when I was done. So here I am just applying a sticky base while that dries, the decal. And once it's sticky, I just stamped it on my nail. Double stamping to make sure it's on there. And here I am with a cuticle pusher, just removing the polish that I don't need. And then I even cut off the tip excess. You can file it off, but I only had scissors handy. And then here I am with a brush and acetone, just cleaning up around my nail and sealing in that extra polish. So here I am with Smoky again. I'm just stamping the little watermelon, and then I also stamped the pineapple, and I also stamped the banana. So here's where this mani gets a little bit weird and abstract. I just started filling it in with the colours that we randomly generated. So this watermelon colour looks normal with the light in the middle and then the fuchsia at the tip. But then I went in with Smoky and painted the rind. And for the pineapple, I just filled it in with Naked Class. And then for the leaves, I did Smoky again. I just replaced the green with Smoky. And here I am with Takes a West Village, and I'm just filling in the banana. And since these nails were still sticky from that other base coat, I just stamped it on. And then for the index and pinky, I just simply applied a glossy top coat. And then for the stamping nails, I applied a smudge resistant top coat. And there you go, these are random generated nails, and they're very weird. I wouldn't have come up with it on the top of my head. I love the choice of the jelly and the flaky polishes, it looks really cool together. And using the different colours for the fruits was very pop art and abstract. So, you gotta try something new every day. Yeah. If you like these, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. And subscribe would be good. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!